Welcome back to the Chasing Happiness podcast, an honest podcast about finding happiness, what it really means, and the process of getting there. My name is Crystal, and today we're talking about Christmas. So I will be completely honest with you guys. This is the 5th time I have attempted to record this week's podcast episode. And I think part of the reason why I've struggled to record this week is because Christmas this year doesn't feel like Christmas. So I am yet again recording, and it is Monday. So for those of you who are listening, you know the podcast goes up on Monday. This is being recorded, so to speak, probably a couple of hours before you actually hear it on Monday. And I've just struggled to put into words this year how I feel about Christmas, how I feel about the fact that it's the end of the year, and even more so now because so much of my province is in lockdown. And there is going to be an announcement later today here in this province that we will all likely be in lockdown as a province fully before Christmas, maybe just after Christmas, but the rumor is a day before Christmas. So Christmas this year is very different. And I know for most of this year, I have said to you guys, create a plan, figure out what you can do that still makes it feel a little bit like Christmas. And I still fully believe we need to do that. But I also think we need to acknowledge that this year does feel different, that this year doesn't feel as festive, that there are certain things that we can't do as part of our celebrations. So I don't know about you guys, but for me, part of the thing that I always love doing at Christmas is on Boxing Day morning, my brother, my mom, myself, we would all get up at like 4 a.m. and we would go to whatever the store was that was number one on our list. And we would be the first in line at whatever that store was for Boxing Day sales. And that's not going to happen this year, regardless of whether or not our province is in a full lockdown by then or not. That's just not going to happen because it's not safe. That makes it feel a little different. The fact that we can't gather with friends and family makes it feel a little different. The fact that things just aren't as festive. This year, I haven't done any holiday cooking. I haven't done any holiday baking yet. I've not gotten together, obviously, except for over Zoom with friends and family. So it does feel different. And while I still think we should celebrate as much as we can, and you should make it a point, even if you are living in a place that's in lockdown, to try to connect with people over the holidays so you don't feel so melancholy, I do think we need to acknowledge that it does feel a little melancholy. It does feel a little different. There are people who we are missing and we wish we could be with. And it's strange because typically I don't do Christmas with my dad on Christmas Day. We do it in January anyway, just because I have such a big family and there's always so many things going on. My dad has his side of the family, and then he has his wife's side of the family. And then, of course, there was always grandparents, and it was sort of chaos in the best possible way. But we always did our Christmas in January, and I know that's not going to happen this year either. And well, for me, it's not about the presents and it's not about how much stuff I get. It's about just spending time with them. You know, my parents are getting older and every day is valuable, and I don't know how much time I'm going to have with them left. So it is a little sad, and I'm doing the best that I can to kind of cope with that and deal with that. And I think that's part of the reason why I've struggled this week to record a podcast episode that I think is important, but also valuable for you. I don't want this to seem like it's all doom and gloom, but I also don't want anyone to invalidate anyone else's feelings, because I do think there is a lot of us out there right now that are struggling, that are sad, that don't know exactly how to process the holidays. So if you're one of those people, that's okay. Today, I'm one of those people too. Now, tomorrow, I might be happy and I might be excited about what I am doing for Christmas, which is basically staying home and cooking my own small little dinner. But it doesn't really matter which side of the fence you fall on. All of those feelings are valid at this time of year. No matter who you are or where you are in the world, you're allowed to feel both of those things. And I don't think we really have talked enough about that. I know I've tried really hard on the podcast this year to give you guys hope and to talk to you about things that we can do, things that we do have control over. And frankly, Christmas really is one of those things that we haven't had control over this year. I know there are a lot of people listening to this who are still going to travel, and I know there are a lot of people who are upset because people will travel. And I know there are a lot of people who are locking themselves in their homes like I am. And I know there's a lot of discord and a lot of judgment about what other people do. So what I want you to remember this week and next week and the week after and however long we end up in this situation over the holiday season, what I want you to remember is you have to make the decisions that are best for you and your family. Try not to let anyone influence those decisions. Make the choices collectively as a family that work for you, and be respectful of people who have made different choices. So if you're wanting to show up to someone's house and they refuse to allow you, you have to be respectful of that. You have to honor where they're coming from because it's their health too. And if you're struggling this year to figure out whether or not you should have Christmas or how you can do that, you are not the only one. And it's okay for you to be sad. It's okay for you to be upset. It's okay for you to feel like COVID has robbed you of something, but it's also okay for you to be happy that you get to spend some time alone with the family who lives under your own roof, and you're not rushing to 15 different houses and trying to accomplish all of these things in the course of a day. You get to take it a little bit slower. If you feel a little bit of joy about that, that's okay too. I think more than anything this week, I just want you all to remember you are not alone in this. You are listening to this podcast with hundreds of other people who at any given moment are feeling the exact same way you are. I am flipping back and forth right now between sadness and joy and excitement and a little bit of melancholy. I was in my office today. I had moved a few things over the weekend, so my yoga area was covered in boxes. And so I was moving stuff so that I could do yoga today, and I looked at my Christmas tree and I realized I'm going to have to pack it away at some point. And I don't know why, because obviously, we've still got a few days even before Christmas, but it just hit me in that moment that I'm sad that I have to put it away. And then obviously a few minutes later, when I had, taken some time to process that thought, I realized I don't have to put it away before I'm ready to put it away, and I can still enjoy it for however long I have it up. But it's okay if you're one of those people that's flip-flopping between all of these different emotions right now. Whatever you're feeling is valid, and you're allowed to absolutely be feeling that. So just remember this holiday season, whether you're celebrating Christmas or Hanukkah or one of the other 19 different celebrations or however many there are over the next few weeks, what you're feeling in that moment is valid, and you need to honor those feelings and respect those feelings. Respect them in other people too, and understand that this year will be hard, and maybe it will be harder than any other Christmas that you've had. Maybe it will be more enjoyable. We really don't know till we get there, but you are not alone. No matter how much you think you are, we are all in this together. And if you guys need any resources this holiday season, if you need someone to talk to, please feel free to reach out. Even if in just small ways, we can still enjoy some of the Christmas season, some of the holiday season, some of New Year's. But most of all, I hope we remember to love each other, to respect each other's decisions, and to honor the choices that other people are making, even if they are different than the ones we are making for ourselves and our families, because this hasn't been an easy year for anyone. And I think we'll be a lot further along if we approach Christmas and New Year's and the holiday season in general with a little bit of kindness, a little bit of grace, and a little bit of understanding for our fellow human beings. So I wish you guys all a very Merry Christmas at the end of this week. Happy holidays if you're celebrating something other than Christmas. I haven't decided if there'll be an episode of the podcast on Monday because New Year's is that week. I probably will, but it'll probably be super short like this one. But if there isn't an episode, then I will talk to you guys in the new year. But I hope you have a wonderful week and a Merry Christmas and happy holidays. Hug the people who are in your home. Love the people who you can over Zoom and FaceTime. And remember that you are not in this alone. I am here. Other people are here to help you with anything that you're struggling with this holiday season. Please reach out if you need help. It will look different this year. It will feel different this year. So honor that. Allow yourself to feel it and try to enjoy the parts of it that you can. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will chat with you probably next week, I think. If not, I will chat with you in the new year. Merry Christmas, guys. Bye for now.